Hello, welcome to Dungeons podcast. I'm your host Justin. Today we're reviewing the sequel to Jeepers Creepers, which is Jeepers Creepers 2, which is 2003 horror monster film, which is an hour and 46 minutes, directed by Victor Salva. Which, if you want me to talk about the controversy with Victor Salva, I already did in my first review for Jeepers Creepers 1, so you can watch that review for my take on that. You have Jonathan Breck as the Creeper, Nicki Aycox as Minxie Hayes, Ray Weiss, aka the dad from Twin Peaks, as Jack Taggart Sr., Eric Nenninger, and I don't want to pronounce his name. As Scott Braddock. You'll know him. He played Francis's friend on Malcolm in the Middle. If you ever watched that show. Gary Bucky Mutambirwa as DeAndre Davis, Travis Schiffner as Izzy Bowen, and Justin Long returns to play Derry Jenner. Also, one of the actors from the previous film, Tom Tarantini, plays a different character in this film called Dwayne Barnes, and he looks exactly the same, even has his goatee, which is like, come on, man, what was up with that? Yeah. So, who played the dad, the son? It doesn't say. Oh, Sean Fleming played Billy Taggart. For some reason, it was Luke Edwards that played Jack Taggart Jr. For some reason, I remembered Aaron Carter playing Billy Taggart in this film. I was totally wrong. Aaron Carter, the younger brother of Nick Carter from Backstreet Boys. Why did I think that? I can't. They kind of look similar, but not really. So this film, I gotta say, the story is it takes place like 4 days after the events of the first film, right? Derry Jenner was killed by the Creeper character, and the Creeper character is now going around killing people still, because it has like 1 day left on its 23-day cycle, right? And its first target is this young kid off this farm, and his dad and his like older brother and their dog see this going on, and they decide after they see him getting flown away by the Creeper, they make like a harpoon gun out of like a post pounder, right? Gas powered like post pounder, and they're waiting for signs of any abductions, right, on a police radio scanner, right. While this is going on, there's this bus full of high school basketball team, according to Google, but I'm pretty sure they were college kids, but I don't know, I could be wrong, right? And this basketball team who are on their way back from winning the state championships, but their bus gets attacked by the Creeper, and they get picked off one by one until help arrives, which is Ray Weiss and his son, right? Also, one of the girls, which there's only 3 cheerleaders on this bus, which that it's like, what the fuck was up with that? One of the girls is psychic and gets more psychic visions from Justin Long's character warning her about the Creeper character, right? So I gotta say, I really enjoyed this film, right? Not so much the third time around, because I already watched this movie this year, right? Because I rewatched the first 2 Jeepers Creeper movies a while ago, and I gotta say this one probably doesn't hold up as multiple viewings like the first one, because this one's more of like an action horror film, right? Where the first one was more suspense, right? And you had the cool reveal of the Jeepers Creeper character, who at first you thought was a serial killer, turned out to be this demonic monster. Here they the creeper has like weapons made from bone and skin that give it more like the predator like kind of feel, where it's like weapons are like super powerful despite being made out of like like I said, skin and bone, right? Which people say like, oh, when it turns out the fucking thing is an alien in the third film, spoiler alert, which I really hate that. People use the excuse, oh, it's like it looks low tech, but it's actually high tech. It's just it's so advanced technology we don't understand, right? Which is bullshit. The creeper character was better when it was a demonic fucking thing, right? Which we'll still have to watch Jeepers Creepers 3. So there's some cool action in the film. You get to see the Jeepers Creeper character rip its own head. Its head gets damaged, right? And it rips its own head off to after eating the head of one of the high school kids to grow a new head. So at first the head looks like the kid that like it ate the head off, but then it morphs back to its original form, which looks like Jesse Ventura. That's the thing. The creeper character looks like Jesse Ventura. I don't know if that's just my imagination or what, because because I don't know. It looks like Jesse Ventura to me, because like especially like as he got older, he's bald, but he grows like his hair long at the back of his head, right? And he has like a very like muscular face, so that just like the creeper character. Even though Jonathan Breck looks like nothing like Jesse Ventura, but in my opinion, the monster's face does. Right, so that was a cool scene where you got to see like the creeper character grow a new head, which just made give you this feeling like the fucking monster is like indestructible, pretty much, right? Which I did think of a way to kill the monster. I think if you just cut off its... Oh wait, in the end of the movie, it shows that it regenerates while it's sleeping. So even if you cut off its wings and limbs and shit, and just threw it down like the Grand Canyon, which was my idea, it would still be able to get out because it regenerates during its like sleep, so it can just fly out, which is like motherfucker. Piece of shit. Right. So there's a really cool action scene with Ray Weiss, with the monster, because Ray Weiss developed this like harpoon gun with this like wire, so he can like reel it in, right? Which I thought that harpoon gun was a cool weapon, right? And getting to see like this badass old farmer take down the monster, which was great. Which I'm a huge Ray Weiss fan. I think he's a very underrated actor, and he was great in the film. Could have used more Ray Weiss though, and it's kind of funny. There's like this scene where it's implied that he's using the kids as bait, so he can get there, so he can kill the monster, because he doesn't want. Because they asked him to call the cops over the radio, and he's like, yeah, I'll call the cops, and like he doesn't, and his son's like looking at him like, Dad, what the fuck? Why are we killing the? Which we saw how fucking effective the cops were in the first one. They pretty much they sucked, dude. Right. One problem I have with the film, though, is there's like racial tension in the film, because you have the one character who they make him off like a racist, homophobic asshole, where he kind of, despite being on a fucking basketball team, he's kind of like he doesn't like some of the black people on the fucking team because he feels like they suck, and the only reason he like he doesn't get to play as much because the black coach, right, favors the black players, right? So it's like there's some like shit like shit like that. Also, in this film, it's probably the second horror movie I've ever seen with that had the gayest shit in it. It's not as gay as in like Nightmare on Elm Street 2, but lots of shots of the high school kids, which they don't even look like high school age. I thought they were college, at least college. Shirtless, and they're all muscular, and they're all sweating up. Right? There's a scene where they're just chilling on the bus, and like a bunch of them in a row are just sun tanning on the top of the bus with their shirt off, dude. It's like, what the fuck? And then when they all go to piss, they're all grouped together, right? So it's like, what the fuck? Like, what? I don't know about you, but when I go to piss, even when on a field trip or whatever, and we go outside and piss, right, in the nature or whatever, I'm not pissing next to nobody. What the fuck is that, man? That was some gay shit. And of course, like, there's one of the characters who's allegedly gay, and he gets picked on by the other kids, right? And he has like a heroic sacrifice in the film. So I thought that was like some like I wouldn't say like that's the gay director self-inserting himself, but like, come on, man. This is probably like if there was like an LGBT like someone were trying to make LGBT like horror movie list, this movie would probably be on there, right? Which nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying. Which it probably explains why like there was only like 3 girls on the fucking bus, not including the very butch like female bus driver who's like smoking cigarettes with the 3 cheerleaders, right? Yeah, so I don't know, I gotta say I love the film, but like I like this film, I like this franchise, but like this movie, I feel like except for Ray Wise, it doesn't really hold up to multiple viewings, so I'm only giving this like a 6.5 out of 10, but I think it's a great watch. And I remember being a kid watching I first watched the trailer for this film on TV at my like aunt's house. We were having a sleepover there, right? And it's like you're sleeping in like, so I don't know if you guys ever had this where, but like you're a kid, you're sleeping over somebody's house and you're watching like a scary movie or something, and like you just get like freaked the fuck out, right? Because it's like you're in a strange place and it's night time, and like you watch this trailer for a scary movie, man. I had like fucking nightmares of the Creeper, man. Oh fuck, I still remember that shit. Which the Creeper, as an adult, he's not as scary, but like it's still like a cool character, slasher character, right? And I really hope that Jeepers Creeper Reborn is going to be a direct sequel to this film, and they bring back Ray Wise, because the movie does sequel bait with Ray Wise, where he's still alive 23 years later, and he's planning on killing the fucking thing again, a second time, right? Yeah, which would be cool, but like, yeah, who knows? Because in there's a third film, right? And Ray Wise is in it, and it's like it's supposed to be like take place before the events of Jeepers Creepers 2. So I don't know what the fuck that means. Is this still a sequel to the first one, or is it a prequel? I don't even know. But yeah, we're gonna review that at some point. But we're gonna take a break from horror. How we're gonna do things on the channel is we're gonna do horror movie review, then like non-horror movie, then back to horror movies. Because it's like because not everybody who's subscribed to this channel is like fans fan of horror movies. I think most of my fucking subscribers is from my kung fu movie reviews, which I haven't done in forever. So yeah, maybe one day we'll do, you know, some horror movie reviews. Sorry, more kung fu movie reviews for those people who subscribe. Yeah, so that's it for this review. My next horror movie review is definitely going to be Hellraiser, but we're going to review like a movie in between. So I haven't decided yet. Because I was watching like Monster House with my dog, but I don't know if that's going to be, if that's a movie you guys want me to review. I don't know. Maybe we'll do like, you know, a superhero film. Maybe Marvel, because we did like a DC one. Alright guys, peace.